Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Conversations. When I say Bollywood, and then in the same sentence, when I say different, content-driven, thought-provoking films and roles, then I'm sure एक ही नाम आप सबके दिमाग में आता है, Ayushmann Khurrana. And guess what? He is with me today, right here on Conversations, along with Andrea. Guys, thank you so much for joining in on Conversations, my show.
Thank you, Ronald. Thank you so much.
And I'm really looking forward to your film because, I'm a film critic as well. I review for Times of India. So I'm really looking forward. I've really seen a lot of movies of Ayushmann and, most of them are 4 stars as per me, whatever I've given. So this is another 4-star film as it looks from the trailer, aisa lag raha hai. So how it all came together for both of you?
For us, I think it's a very special film. It's very important, very relevant, and it is the story of 2022, very contemporary. It's not a prototype commercial Hindi cinema. It's something which requires a lot of heart and brain together, and it's something which has never been achieved before. That is joining Northeast, the neglected part of a country, to the mainstream. So that's why it's very special.
And Andrea, I must tell you this, on my YouTube channel, I have lots of Northeast subscribers and they often talk to me. I recently met the forest man here from Assam. So, you must have actually seen Ayushmann's work and, the director's work, Anubhav Sinha's. How was your experience like when you were joining? Were you like being pinched every time by your friends and your...
Yeah, I mean, of course, even debuting itself, was so exciting. Like being on screen, knowing that I'll be on screen for the first time, and to be working for the first time with people like Sir Anubhav Sinha and Ayushmann. What an honor to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, but you've seen any Ayushmann movies? Any favorites you have?
I really like Andhadhun because like thrillers and action, all that is kind of my
Absolutely. So Ayushmann, just like Andrea, we've all watched your films and admired you. But do directors fear coming to you now with like a fluffy romantic potboiler aisa koi script leke? They do.
I would love to do that for a change, but that also requires a certain quirk, or maybe something should be different and not run of the mill, because it doesn't attract me. I think I always get attracted to something which is novel and never been achieved before. So even in that zone, like a very cheesy romantic zone, I would love to. So I did Meri Pyari Bindu, but it was...
It had its quirk, I feel.
Yeah, it had its quirk, yes.
But do directors still come to you or they fear कि अभी ये नहीं करेगा?
They do, no, they come with every kind of genre. But the story needs to work.
Okay. Ayushmann, I've always wanted to ask you this. Do you ever fear that you will run out of issues to tackle?
I think I've already exhausted all the issues.
Really?
That's what I feel. But not really. I think our country is full of issues, and our country is full of quirks and issues. So there will be no dearth of subjects and concepts. And we are lucky to be born in this country, this amazing, unique country.
Absolutely. Andrea, I quickly wanted to ask, you are you are from Northeast, and you must have traveled and stuff. I have so many friends from there. So what is that one thing that bothers you the most, which this film is also trying to tackle?
I am from Nagaland. I moved to the city for the first time when I came to the city for the first time when I was 16. And of course, because I look different and because obviously, appearance-wise, we do get stared at and we do get name called and all of those things, that's just like, it's sad, but it's just like a part and parcel of it. And I hope this movie will give them people the opportunity to educate themselves, and to sensitize themselves, take an opportunity to have the empathy towards other communities.
Ayushmann, this is your second film with Anubhav Sinha, if I'm not wrong. Article 15, another great film that we've seen. And I also read that Anubhav Sinha said there were a lot of challenges while shooting this film. What were the few ones that you would like to talk about?
The biggest challenge was a new territory. It's such an unknown territory for the mainstream that they have no idea what's happening in Northeast. So I think the research would have been the different challenge, how to make it more engaging for mainstream audience. So as you see that the film is 80% of the cast is from Northeast. So and Hindi is not their core language, you know, and we're making a Hindi film. So it's again a challenge. So they speak Hindi with an accent. So you may feel that there's something different that you're watching, and it's not easy to execute also at the same time, because when you think in a different language and you're speaking in a different language, the emotions are different. So that would have been a biggest challenge for him. But again, I think the kind of films that he's known for, they're all challenging. That's his USP. So we can't live without challenges.
Absolutely. And also physically also, I'm sure it's a difficult terrain to shoot, and you know, like pandemic bhi tha, so you guys must have gone through.
But I think that worked in a way, because it's the places that we were shooting in, they were not heavily populated.
Correct.
We had this bio bubble of the entire cast and crew. So it was easy to execute. So it was difficult to execute a film in a big city, you know, in that situation when pandemic was at its peak. So that was not an issue, and the weather was good. So shooting shouldn't have been an issue. But yeah, for me, it was another challenge of, you know, maintaining a certain gait of an alpha guy, or maybe having that muscle. So the physicality was very important for this character of Joshua.
How do you prep? Like, do you live so many characters? Do you actually go and spend some time with the kind of characters you play?
For Article 15, I have an IPS friend called Mr. Manoj Malviya, and he's in Calcutta right now. So I know him personally, so I could just follow his physicality or maybe the body language for that film. But for this one, I don't think I followed anyone. Yes, of course, my best friend is in the army. I can't take his name though. Okay, so he's one of the para commandos, and he has that physicality, and he's always been into sports, and one of the best cadets in the academy in Lucknow, in Dehradun, sorry. So yeah, I followed him in a way. That's unconscious, basically. So, but consciously, I've not followed anyone for this one, because it was just an alpha character for me.
Yeah, and actually, you know, maybe the character is such that you don't need to. You can have your own take on it. And being somebody from the north, what are the things? Some of the things that you learned while shooting Anek, like, were eye openers for you about Northeast?
I was inducted with this region quite young. When I was quite young, when I was 18 or 19, my band member was from Northeast. He was a Manipuri. So I knew about the issue back then. I could see that they've faced racism in North India, especially in a city like Chandigarh. But yeah, some things were like eye-openers, that Northeast is multicultural. Like, we just label Northeast as Northeast, but every state is full of different religions, different languages, different dialects, and different tribes. So different cuisines. So it's really vast. It's probably more vast than the mainland, I think, because that's what I got to know. So I think that was quite an eye-opener for me.
Did you try any great cuisines? Andrea, did you make him try something nice?
We did. When we were shooting in Shillong, we went to a really small shop where they were serving us Khasi food, and we went and tried it. And I think he liked it.
I loved it. It was amazing.
I know. I like. Of course, whenever you go there, Thupka, and you know, when I've been to Bhutan also, outside India also, there are so many different things that you can try, and you don't know, you don't get it so easily right here. Right now, Ayushmann, there is, you know, your film also talks about Hindi as a language being widely spoken, and some people not talking. And then right now there's a whole debate going on. What is your take on that with what's happening in Bollywood? Do you see any solution to it, or do you think it's a problem?
I think each and every language should be celebrated in its own existence, and every culture should be celebrated. In India, we cannot have one particular language which can hog the limelight, because we are multicultural. Sorry, we are multilingual. We have no other option but to celebrate each and every language. And we don't really speak any language in its pure form.
Yeah,
You know,
we all have our dialects.
do you really speak Hindi in pure form in any until unless it's a mythological film, you know?
Yeah.
So if I shoot a film in Delhi, I have this Delhi accent. If I shoot a film in Bombay or Lucknow or Kanpur, there's a mix of Hindi, Urdu, and Braj Bhasha or Khadi Boli. So we deal with different dialects. We are actually using a mishmash of lot of languages in Hindi cinema. So how can we just support one particular language?
Absolutely. This film is a big game changer. I'm really going to be seeing, hoping to see a lot more dialogue and debate once the film releases. It's already started. And Ayushmann, there are so many remakes happening these days and they are doing really well also. But you somewhere are one lone actor standing doing like original after original with different concepts and all. So do you think that you are like totally as a separate एक आपका career चल रहा है which is not in that zone at all?
इनफैक्ट मेरी फिल्मों के रीमेक हो रहे हैं साउथ में. आर्टिकल 15 का रीमेक हो रहा है, अंधाधुन का रीमेक हो चुका है, बधाई हो का हो चुका है. So it's quite flattering to know कि मेरी फिल्में साउथ में रीमेक हो रही. But I think I am against remakes because I believe in original concepts, and I think that excites me more as an artist, as a performer.
But are you happy with the way your career shaped so far? ख्वाहिशें और भी हैं?
I think I'm blessed. I'm very fortunate. My heart is full of gratitude that I get an opportunity to work with great scriptwriters, great directors who really catapult my career further. But I guess it's a teamwork.
But you didn't plan any of this, right? Like from Vicky Dono itself was a very different film. You would have never thought that a person debuting with this kind of a concept would become a mainstream star, right? Like in a traditional sense of term.
I think that was not technically a mainstream film. It became a mainstream film. I think it just changed the tide since 2012. Whatever I have done is so out of syllabus with commercial Indian cinema. So I think it was just going against the tide and doing films which are middle of the road and making it more commercial. Not just a concept, but should be entertaining and engaging also at the same time. So it's just ticking the right boxes when it comes to doing films like these.
And so now it's become your calling card.
Now
it's calling card.
Yeah, but sometimes you deviate from your core genre. Like Anek is not technically my genre. It's not a social comedy. So was Article 15 and Andhadhun. So I would love to deviate once in a while. This is that deviation, and it's fruitful because it's with a director who's very credible. Absolutely.
I had met your brother Apar here just last week when he had come down for the celebrity football match, and we did a quick interview and all that. And we were talking about you, and he said that we talk about it and asked him whether you advise him and all. So do you pull his ears sometimes if you think that he's not making the right choices, or you completely to his own?
I think he's talented and bright enough to take his career decisions, and he has his own path, own journey. He's come a long way.
Of course.
And I think he's a great actor. He's very, very versatile, and whatever he's doing he's doing because of his talent. Whatever he's got because of his talent, not because of me.
No, of course not. And I've known him from Zoom days. We were working together in Zoom.
Okay, all right. Okay.
That's how. Okay, the hard part is over. We're just going to play a quick game, and then I'll let you guys go. I know you guys are pressed for time, doing this since morning. So you can also butt in and answer whenever you feel, because most of the questions are generic. Okay, basically the game is called word to word, and both of you can answer. And basically I'll give you one word and you'll have to say whatever comes to your mind first. Like for example, if I say Anek, what comes to your mind? Like that. So just don't think, just give whatever comes to your mind immediately. Okay, start with Ayushmann, and then if you don't know anything, you can say pass, Andrea, because I know you are new. I don't want to grill you with a lot of Bollywood
No, that's fine. That's alright. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first word is Anek.
Important.
You, Andrea?
Unity.
What should be Anek in your life? Both of you.
Anek in my life?
Yeah.
Cuisines.
Okay. You, Andrea?
Same answer, cuisines for sure.
Being on the set of any film, not just Anek.
Any film?
Being on the set, like
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. You want? Oh, and how does it feel being on the set?
Wait, as in on set as an actor or,
Yeah,
or
as
on
an
this
actor.
some other film set?
No. Being on
As
the
an
set of
actor.
your own film. Yeah.
Own film.
Yeah.
It can't be one word. Okay, it's great. So, of course, I love being on set.
Okay.
I love shooting. That's why I shoot 3 films a year. So I'm just addicted.
Okay. And you, Andrea?
Cool.
Cool. Okay. When Ayushmann is not shooting.
Huh?
Sorry, what did she say? I missed that.
She said it's cool to be on set.
And when Ayushmann is not shooting?
I'm either writing poetry or singing or just sleeping.
One thing you never leave your house without?
Without, I take everything along. I have like one big bag, one small bag, and one semi-small bag. So I'm ready to fly or go anywhere. It's like that. My bags are packed, always packed.
Always packed.
I live out of a suitcase.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Andrea? What do you not leave
My
without?
phone. My phone is stuck to my hand 24/7.
That's very generic.
Jeez. And Ayushmann, singing or acting? Choose one.
Acting.
One character of yours that you want to be reborn as.
Reborn as one character. Wow. I think probably Joshua and Aman of Anek, because it's just, that's not me at all.
But that's a hard life. That's a hard life, right?
It's very hard life, but it's great physique to be like born with.
Oh yeah, that is true. One character of yours that you would never want to be reborn as.
I want to be.
No.
From my own film.
Yeah, of your own film. Yeah, your character.
I think Prem Prakash Tiwari from Dam Laga Ke Akshay was so despicable.
Really, you don't want to be
Biggest
like
fat shamer in the world.
I thought Bala.
Nahi yaar. Bala is still fine. Like the guy was not. He was just.
He just had hair issues.
He's not a bad guy. Prem Prakash Tiwari was. Not a bad guy, but yeah, he was insensitive. Bala was not insensitive.
Yeah, Bala was lovable actually.
Yeah.
The one lesson that you've learned from your struggling days. This both can answer.
She's 21.
I haven't lived long enough yet to answer that question.
And you haven't struggled in Bollywood.
उसको पहली फिल्म मिल गई है.
इसको हाँ Bollywood struggle देखा नहीं इन्होंने. आपकी तरह तो.
But I think never give up. And yeah, that's the only advice.
Awards or box office success? What do you want?
Both, yeah. Box office success, maybe.
Box office success. What about you, Andrea? Once you, after this movie, you will become a big star, so people will ask you all these things.
Sorry?
Would you want awards or box office success if you have to choose between one?
Awards.
इसको पता नहीं है अभी box office का.
I have no idea.
She has no idea. I can completely relate to her.
Ask me again in 5 years, please.
When I was doing Vicky Dona, I had no idea about box office. My producers tell me, आज इतने कमा लिए, मैं तो okay. What are you saying? Monday, Friday से बड़ा हो गया. I had no idea about these things.
Do you track, by the way? Do you track other people's box offices and all? Other movies?
You track every film, technically, yeah.
You know,
you
like,
get to know. पता चल जाता है. Even if you don't track, people around you will tell you.
It just comes to you. It's in your face. Okay.
Part of the profession.
How do you? Sorry.
It's part of the profession.
Of course, yeah. And what do you feel of award functions per se? What's one word that comes to your mind? Award functions.
They are important. They're entertaining. They're everywhere.
Okay. Okay. Now
validation also at the same time. Validation.
They are okay.
Yeah, 100%. Awards are important, of course, but box office is more important.
I'll ask you this, Ram, when you come for IFA. We'll meet there.
I'm not coming for IFA this time.
If at all you're coming.
I'm not coming this time.
Okay. Finally, 4 last words. Social media. Both of you can answer. What comes to your mind when I say social media?
Necessary evil.
Yeah, true.
Trolls.
Unnecessary.
Ignore.
Bollywood.
Life. For me.
Something new?
Yeah. Boycott Bollywood trend, which kind of just trends after every your film doesn't get it. Ayushmann, you are very blessed, huh, by the way.
I don't know. I have nothing to say. Seriously. As I said, we just ignore trolls. So what's the point?
I know. Okay. And finally, nepotism. One thing that comes to your mind when I say this word.
I think it's such a hackneyed debate. Like it's been done to death. I don't want to talk about nepotism at all because I think it's a talent which shines, irrespective whether your father was a producer or he was a shopkeeper. Doesn't matter.
Absolutely. And you have any thoughts on that, Andrea?
No.
She doesn't want to get near anything controversial. Which is okay. Great, guys. Thank you so much for answering all the questions, of being such a good sport. I really am looking forward to watching it, reviewing it. And all the best. Yeah, congratulations. The trailer is already killing it.
Thanks, Ronald. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.